Changing the pollen filter in a VWT5 isn't the easiest. This is the filter that's used to filter the air coming into the cabin and the air that's gone through the air conditioning. To get to this filter we have to remove a panel underneath the glove box compartment. So this is the passenger side of the vehicle, and down into the footwell is this black plastic cover. There are a number of Torx screws holding it in. There's one here on the left, one in the middle, one on the right, and I think that's it. I think there's just the three. Now I think one of mine are missing, so I've only got two to remove. Bargain. This one is the T20 Torx. I used to like these adjustable things, but they're not actually the most practical. That's really annoying because it's so long. It's very difficult to twiddle it around. All these fall out. This driver with a hex head in it is also too long, but I can get in there at an angle, I think. Hopefully you like being bent down in the footwell, because all that blood's going to go to the head. Okay, there's one out. There isn't one there. This one's easier. Okay, then that compartment comes down. And then up in this compartment is this housing here. And the air filter is contained in that box. Try and get you a better view. This is the view looking up into the footwell, and there's this long rectangular hatch. It's got two bolts in it. They're quite small. I think maybe a 6 or a 7 mil. Gonna have to undo those. And then I believe this housing slides one way or the other to drop the filter out. Okay, they're actually smaller than a 6 mil. Okay, so these actually turn out to be a 5.5 mil. So luckily I do have a 5.5 mil socket. I'll get that up. This first one's quite easy to get to. That one out. The second one is tucked up just behind here. I'll just get my finger on the top of that. There's the second one. And I thought it slid forwards or backwards, but it actually just drops down. There's the kind of hatch that we've removed. There's some little tabs along this back side here that kind of fit in, and it just levers up into place and bolts in. And then the filter, you just got to get hold of it somehow. It's tucked up there quite well. Here it comes. It'll be a bit grubby. Watch out for these wires which are in the way. It's the old filter. Just drop the contents of the filter into the footwell. Here's the new one. I don't think the orientation matters on this. There's no indication of which way the air flows anyway. And it's quite difficult to get back in because it kind of overlaps into this front panel here. So you almost have to squeeze it and get one end in first. And then compress it and tuck the back end in. And then you should be able to slide it up into place. And then once it gets up there, it just kind of pops into place. So it's kind of held up in there on its own. I've had a go at moving the camera about to see if I can get you a better view, but there's just no way really of getting the camera up there so you can see both ends of this panel going in. There's like a foam insert along here. This side's soft, so that's the side that wants to go up there first. And the bolt holes are going to go towards the outside of the van. Pop this end first. I'll kind of hook the flat keys into their slots. There we go, that's in place. Now I need to rescue the bolts, which I think are underneath the camera. Yes, they are. And now the panel's fallen down. I need to... As you can see, a lot of the content of the filter has ended up in the footwell. I think the old one was a carbon activated filter, a moth. And then all we've got to do is offer this back up. There's a pair of hooks on the back here, and they kind of slot into two square holes at the back. Then the front just needs to be screwed on using our T20. So that's why that screw wasn't in, it has broken. This one in fine. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful, made it all the way to the end, please do me a favour and click that subscribe button down here, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment whatever you like below, it really helps me decide what video I can make in the future.